Welcome to the ESG training series. This module is the financial plan. The financial plan is located in section D of your ESG application. Click on section D in your ESG application and your financial plan section will be opened. These sections allows you to outline the costs associated with each activity is to be funded with ESG and all their matching amounts and sources. We will talk about match in a separate module. There are 6 components in the Emergency Solution Grant Program. Number 1, street outreach. Reference 576.101. Number 2, emergency shelter. Reference 576.102. Number 3, homelessness prevention. Reference 576.103. Number 4, rapid rehousing assistance. Reference 576.104. Number 5, HMIS. Reference 576.107. Number 6, administrative cost. Reference 576.108. It is, however, very important to note that your financial plan will reflect only the component you are applying for. Let's briefly review the format of the ESG budget table. Here is the format of the ESG budget table. A typical ESG budget table has this format. In column number 1, the first column identifies the category. Under the category or the categories in column number 1 are the eligible activities. Under the series or the list of the eligible activities is the subtotal request. Column number 2, ESG request amount. In this second column, you assign the amount requested per eligible activities. Example, eligible activities ABC. $1,000. Request amount, subtotal request, 1,000. Column number 3. In the third column, you assign the requested eligible match amount. $1,500. Subtotal request for eligible or proposed match, 1,500. Column number 4. In the fourth column, you list the eligible source of match. The example here is cash match or cash from civic organization XYZ. In the fifth column, you insert the sum total of both ESG request amount plus the match amount. 1,000 plus 1,500 At the very bottom of your budget table, the first line, subtotal ESG request, you assign the subtotal of the grand total of your ESG request. Here is already populated for you 1,000. The second line, subtotal proposed match, you assign the subtotal or the grand total of the proposed match, 1,500. Let's now look at the different categories in the ESG budget. There are different categories and specific eligible activities under each component of the Emergency Solution Grant Program. Component number 1, street outreach. Reference 576.101. The main category here is essential services for unsheltered homeless. Eligible activities: engagement, case management, emergency health services, emergency mental health services, transportation, services for special populations. Component number 2, emergency shelter. Reference 576.102. Category number 1, essential services for homeless in emergency shelters. Eligible activities: case management, child care, education services, employment assistance and job training, outpatient health services, legal services, life skill training, mental health services, substance abuse treatment services, transportation, services for special population. Category number 2, shelter operation. Eligible activities: maintenance, rent, security, fuel, equipment, insurance, utilities, food, furnishing, supplies, hotel and motel voucher. Category number 3, renovation. Eligible activities: labor, material, tools, other. Component number 3, homelessness prevention. Reference 576.103. Category number 1, housing relocation and stabilization services. Reference 576.105. Eligible activities: rental application fees, security deposits, last month's rent, utility deposits, utility payments, moving costs, housing search and placement, housing stability and case management, mediation, legal services, credit repair. Category number 2, short-term and medium-term rental assistance. Reference 576.106. Eligible activities: short-term rental assistance, short-term rental assistance, medium-term rental assistance, medium-term rental assistance project base, payment or rental arrears. Component number 4, rapid rehousing. Reference 576.104. Category number 1, Housing Relocation and Stabilization Services. Reference 576.105. Eligible activities: rental application fees, security deposits, last month's rent, utility deposit, utility payments, moving cost, housing search and placement, housing stability case management, mediation, legal services, credit repair. Category number 2, short-term and medium-term rental assistance. Reference 576.106. Eligible activities: short-term rental assistance, TBRA, short-term rental assistance, project-based rental assistance, medium-term rental assistance, TBRA, medium-term rental assistance, project-based rental assistance, payment of rental arrears. Component number 5, HMIs. Reference 576.107. Eligible activities: purchasing leasing hardware, purchasing software licenses, purchasing leasing equipment, technical support, leasing office space, utility services necessary to operate HMIs, salaries for operating HMIs, travel to attend approved HMIs training, travel costs to conduct HMIs intake, HMIs participation fees, VSP agency cost to establish and operate comparable database. Several VSP or victim service providers in Kentucky operate a comparable database called ALICE. Component number 6, administrative cost. Reference 576.108. Note here that admin cost should be 3.75%. Eligible activities: general management, oversight and coordination, HUD sponsored training and ESG requirement, environmental review, local government only. This marks the end of the financial plan section. To conclude this section, here are some few tips for you. Number 1, complete only the budget table or tables that apply to your proposed program plan and project design. Do not forget to insert the dollar amount to be expended in each eligible ESG category. Check and recheck your totals or your calculus or your math. Always refer to the ESG entry rules to ensure accuracy. Thank you.